In this video, I am going to discuss first language acquisition and we'll discuss all of the processes in first language acquisition. So without wasting time, let's get started. Language acquisition. What acquisition is? So acquisition is an unconscious process and it does not presuppose teaching. So you do not need a teacher in the process of acquisition, and in this process the child control the pace, not the teacher. Okay, or you, in simple words, you can say that it's a natural process of acquiring or learning a language, and it refers to gradual development of ability in a language by using it in a natural communicative situations. For example, a child learn his mother tongue, so this is acquisition process. All right, and now on the opposite of language acquisition, there is language learning also. So learning, language learning, it's an intentional process and there is presupposed teaching. So you need a teacher to learn a second language or language learning, all right, not acquiring. So you must differentiate between learning and acquiring. And in learning, the teacher control the pace, not the student. So it's language learning. It's a conscious process of accumulating knowledge of features of language such as pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and many more. And someone learning a language, for example, we didn't acquire English, but we learn English. All right, a teacher guide us, and we learn it intentionally. We learn the vocab, grammar, and all the rules of that language, and that is language learning. All right. First language acquisition, and it deals with the infant acquisition of their native language. As I already told you, a child requires interaction with other language users at home. You see that when a baby born, and slowly language abilities develop in himself, and he learn from the people, the family members. All right, this is acquisition, first language acquisition. So there are processes involved in acquisition process, and one of the important process is caregiver speech. So it's a speech often used by adults with young children. If you have babies at your home, you observe that when we talk to babies, we just do not we just speak to them in a language that is easy for them. All right, so it's a language used by adults with young children. Okay, and simple sentence structure is there, a lot of repetition and paraphrasing so that the child understand it. All right, and the acquisition schedule, will see the schedule of acquisition. And so from the very start of his birth, he started acquiring, observing things, the child. And the first process is cooing process, and it lasts from 2 to 5 months. And it is the earliest use of speech like sounds. And during this period, the child is capable of producing vowels, simple vowels such as similar to e, u, and velar consonants such as k, g. All right, and he able to differentiate between e, a, ba, ga. Okay, and second stage is babbling, that is 6 to 8 months, and the child use a different number of vowels and consonant for such as ba, 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 ga, ga, ga. And 9 to 10 months, there is a variation in combination in vowels and consonant. For example, ba, ba, da. Okay, if you have children, babies at your home, you better understand it, all right, by observing their behavior. And then these sounds are interpreted by their parents as mama, dada, baba, etc. All right, and 10 to 11 months, the child expresses emotions and More complex syllable combination is there, for example ma, da, ga, ba. All right, and the process of acquisition moves towards more complex from simpler, and then comes the one word stage, and it is from 12 to 18 months, and the child produces variety of single unit utterances such as cookie, cup, etc. And then in this stage a very important speech that is known as holophrastic speech. So this is a single form speech that function as a phrase or sentence. All right, and then comes the two word stage, and in this stage the child is able to produce two distinct words and use them together, and it begins around 18 to 20 months, and child vocabulary moves beyond 50 words, and he uses nouns, verbs, and their combinations as well. For example, big board, doggy bark, mama dress, okay, cookie eat, and many more. And then comes the telegraphic speech, which is about 2 to 3 years, and child began to produce large number of utterances, and it contained 3 to 4 word sentences, simple sentences which contain 4 words or more. All right, and child began to seek the links so his observation, and he just do some our generalization takes place at this telegraphic speech. He just overgeneralize the meaning of the words. All right, we'll see later on the examples. All right, and the child start to incorporate plurals, joining words, and attempt to get grip on the tenses as well. An example is mummy eat carrot, what her name, her playing, he playing ball. So this is telegraphic speech, although it's like a proper sentence structure, but it is simple. Okay, gradually the sentence structure senses are developed with passage of time, and the acquisition process is based on imitation. As you see, the child repeats what the her parents or his parents say. They just repeat and imitate, and in this way he learns. And the child understood what adults say but unable to express it. He expressed it in his own way. Example is the cat is cute. If a parent said to children the cat is cute, then he understood it and the child say cat cute. All right, so the concept is same but sentence structure is different. He expressed it his own way. All right, and then we'll see developing morphology. All right, and then at this stage inflectional morphemes start appearing in the speech of the baby, and first to appear is ing form, which is followed by regular plurals with the s form, and then possessive inflections also occur. All right, and then irregular past tense occurred, and he just add ed to the words and it appear in the speech. And then, as I told you, ed inflection may add it to everything, such as he just added ed to every word irrespective of whether it is correct or not. For example, a baby overgeneralized and added ed to every word. For example, god. You know that third form of go is not ed form and come. All right, and then finally the regular s on the third person singular. Does, has, and auxiliary verbs develop also. Then comes the stage of developing syntax. So it deals with the sentence structure, formation of questions, and first stage is from 18 to 26 months, and addition of WH forms, simple WH forms where who takes place, and second stage is from 22 to 30 months where more complex expressions, rising intonation with more complex WH forms develop. For example, what you want to eat, and many more. And then third stage is from 24 to 40 months, and the auxiliary verbs start appearing with WH questions, and auxiliary verbs don't really have same structure. All right, for example, he said that, can I have a piece? Did I caught it? Why kitty can't stand up? How that opened? All right. And then forming negatives, formation of negatives, not to not, and all of these. First stage is from 18 to 26 months, and he just child put no or not at the beginning of every word or sentence. For example, no mitten, not a teddy bear, no fall. And second stage is from 20 to 30 months. For example, he used more complex form of negative, that is don't, can't. All right. And third stage 24 to 40 months, and auxiliary forms appear in his speech. And then developing semantics, semantics deals with meanings. So at this process is also called over extension, which means that the child over extend the meaning of a word by using basic similarities. For example, basketball reference to any rounded object. Okay, so as he saw that basketball is a round object, so when he saw some other rounded objects such as round orange, crow ball, and many more, so he called it basketball. All right, using, because he overextend the meaning of words. So this is all about first language acquisition. Hope you understand. The notes are in the description. Thank you for watching.